Both in. I'm gonna move.
Here I am with two of my biggest heroes. This is Bob and this is Tony from Magnum, and we just discussed this about filming this interview because these guys just came out from the stage doing a fantastic gig as always, and they are having makeup, not makeup anymore, so that's why they have sunglasses on. All right. Thanks.
He's in med all the time.
Yeah.
Not just
We just discussed a lot of old memories that I have with this band, and I just visited a great gig again. How the hell can your voice be so good after 45 years on the stage, Bob?
Because that's what I do. I'm a singer.
Yeah.
And I'm supposed to be. It's supposed to be good.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of singers.
But I'm lucky to have a voice still.
Do you take care of it?
And not really, no. It's just there. I've been very lucky with it, and it's done me good all these years. I don't smoke. I don't get really drunk anymore. So if I ever did, I doubt it. So I've always been like not that rock and roll really. So I've never really disrespected my voice.
No.
And that's why I still have one, I think.
Because it's stunning, you know. It's more or less, you know, have the same. You know, it's sad to see a lot of old guys singing.
Old guys can still sing, yeah.
Yeah.
I got it, yeah.
But I'm amazed.
Well, thank you. Yeah, well, I try, and it's my job, and that's what I'm here to do.
Yeah.
And if I can't do that, then I'm not.
No.
I'm not going to be here not much longer.
I smoke and I drink a lot.
That's why you don't sing.
No, I don't.
No, you just write good songs and play good guitar.
Yes, I do that.
Yeah. It's a unique stuff you're doing as well. You know, should we talk about the gig? But you're not on a proper tour, are you? It's more.
This isn't a full-on tour, no.
No.
It's a quick few shows, festivals, in between recording a new album. But we were asked to do these shows, and we're here, and we're travelling on to Germany tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then we finish up in Spain, in Malaga, in a week's time. And we're doing some UK shows as warm-ups for these festivals. Yeah. But we're in between recording at the moment.
Yeah, we're actually recording at the moment.
All right.
Yes, I've had time off to rehearse and do these shows.
Who are is the same production team, and you're doing a lot of work yourself, or as a last time?
Well, we work with our sound engineer who does our stuff live. He's got his own studio, and he's got a girl that works with him, called Sheena, who I work with, and Bob works with them. So.
Yeah.
And like, she's really cool, really, really hot. I don't mean really, really hot.
I should rephrase that.
Yeah. I mean, she's really, really good, but she's hot as well.
And she's
really
hot.
good at what she does. So
is it a different type to work these days compared to 10 years ago even? Because obviously it's a different way to record albums 30 years ago, but is it a different way to record it these days compared to 10 years ago when the internet and all this stuff went around?
Well, things improve all the time. Some things, you know, they wouldn't have had years ago. And again, it depends on how you use all this new stuff. If you become a slave to it, it never works out right. You have to approach it from a human point of view and let you're in charge of the equipment, if you like. Don't become a slave to it, because if it does, it always goes wrong that way. So you have to, you know, I mean, there's lots of things you could never do years ago. I mean, just editing things. I mean, I remember Jeff Glicksman, who did our Chase the Dragon.
Yeah, Chase the Dragon.
I can't remember exactly what track it was now. But we were saying, the beginning's too long, and he got the 2-inch tape and just went,
Yeah. Cut it
spliced
together.
it together, put it back. And actually it was wrong, but it sounded good.
Yeah. But it turned out good though.
Yeah, but I mean, that was like very courageous to do that in those days. To actually get the really big thick tape, and just cut it through.
Yeah.
So like these days, you don't need to do that. You can just place things anywhere you want to do. Lots of improvements.
I think you're the one who's writing the songs for the new album as well.
Yeah.
Do you have a studio at home these days, just recording?
Yeah.
Why haven't you have written any lyrics during the years?
Never even tried.
Never even tried.
I've worked with Tony all my career, so.
Yeah. So never
I
been.
can't even go there.
Never.
I couldn't compete.
Have you thought about it ever?
I stick to do what I do good.
Because when you sing, you can see that you're thinking of what you're singing when you're having all your gestures and stuff on stage, because the lyrics are important for you.
But Tony writes for me
Yeah.
to sing the songs, and
So-
that's the truth.
And I always explain to Bob, this song's about this, Bob, this one I'm thinking. Bob will have some opinions. With lyrics, they can be multi-meaning, if you like. You could have a meaning, I could have a different meaning.
Ambiguous.
Ambiguous, yeah.
Because today, when Don't Wake the Lion, for example, it's massive on stage, with the lyrics and
It comes across as enormous, yes.
Yeah, it does.
That's why we do it.
Yeah.
And the fans love it.
When do you decide what track list you are going to do before a show? Do you have like 40 songs you choose between, or is it always okay, we do this on this tour, or is it like you're changing tunes in different shows or stuff, or is it just?
No, normally we rehearse quite a lot when we're putting a show together. And sometimes a song I'll go, hey Bob, I don't think this is working, or Bob will say to me, do you think this is working? And I'm going like, oh, I don't think so, whatever. And we'll sling it out, and then suddenly somebody goes, why don't you do that song again? Whatever, like, something like that. And we look at it again, and we opened with a track called Wild Swan.
Yeah.
And that was purely because we were playing the Symphony Hall in Birmingham, and this guy, we met some of the people that had been to see us, some fans afterwards, and the guy, he felt so passionate about this song. Why don't you do this song? Why don't you do this song? And I said, yeah, we'll look at that. And he said, I bet you don't. But we did, obviously, and really gave it some bigger feeling, I think. And we were playing somewhere else then, like months later. And he stood right in front of us, and we opened with that, and he went, he came up to me and said thank you after the show.
Do you like working with a symphony orchestra as a backup? Do you think it should be good? Should your songs be good to be backed up by big symphony orchestra?
Well, no, we didn't. We weren't.
No, not this time. But is it a good idea to do a Magnum album with a symphony orchestra?
With a symphony orchestra.
Yeah.
I mean, we have done a tour with a symphony orchestra.
Because I've seen some clips on it, but
I don't know about an album.
I think it should be a cool thing, though.
Well, we actually do have a couple of tracks on this new album.
Strings and stuff.
Symphony orchestra.
Because I think they keep the Light Night Burning album, which isn't the really proper album, so to speak, or acoustic album. I think it's amazing, cool arrangement on that one. I like that album.
Yeah.
Who came up with that idea back then? Do you remember? It was not the proper album, was it, in the first place?
I honestly can't remember. I mean, I came with the arrangements and things because it's supposed to be an acoustic album, wasn't it?
No.
Yeah, because
Keeping the Night Light Burning.
That's what it means.
Yes, that was a reworking of Magnum classics over the years.
And it was
in
really
an acoustic way.
good versions, as I must say.
Yeah, it worked great. Yeah, one of my favourite.
Do you do acoustic shows?
No, we don't do acoustic. No.
Nothing? No?
We've done on record.
That was just one guitar.
Tony will play acoustic guitar on an album track or something, yeah, but no, we don't do acoustic show. No. No, we keep it live. Electric. Sorry.
If we talk about the Lost album from 2018, it was very well received. It went out to the charts in Sweden. You said what was it in Germany?
Number 8 in Germany.
It's fantastic.
And the album chart.
You know, after you have been having up and downs in your career, obviously.
Yes, we have.
You know, you've been around. You know, and now you're back on track in a cool way.
It seems that way.
How
long it lasts, I don't know.
Are you really happy with that album?
Yes, very
The
happy.
last album,
Yeah.
Did great for us.
Yeah.
Some great songs on there. Great performance.
Yeah.
Everything was there. All the right things were on the album.
How is the chemistry in the band right now with the new?
Great.
Yeah, we're getting on really good. We've got the new keyboard player, new drummer in, and they've brought a lot to the band.
Yeah.
And
Yes, most
they
definitely.
fitted in straight away like that. Really,
Who is the drummer?
really great.
I'm not.
The drummer?
Yeah,
His name's Lee Morris.
Lee Morris.
Yeah, he used to be in Paradise Lost.
Okay, that's guy.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
And now he's with us.
Yeah.
For keeps, we hope.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah, because he was really good. I really
He's great.
heavy drummer, but still very melodic when he was playing. I really liked his playing.
Uh-huh.
We talked about the new album coming out. We talked about the latest album. Could I do a thing here? I just wrote down all the albums. If you just give me a few sentences of every album and tell me your thoughts about them since they came out, just a few.
Like what? For instance, what do you mean?
Sorry.
If I say the first single from '75, was it '75?
No, our first single was in 1976.
'76.
Yeah.
We started there, and then the first album came out. Yeah, it was. Yeah,
But that was before.
Yeah, I know.
We had an album out.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And that started out with a cover version. What was the purpose back then? You know, doing it? Was it the label, just, or was it?
But it was.
It was a different band then. It
Yeah.
was different everything.
Yeah.
It wasn't
We
as
were
are
in a
now.
club.
Yeah.
And we were just played in a club and
Yeah.
for people to dance to.
Yeah.
And it was Christmas, and I was walking through a shop at Christmas time, and I could hear Swiss My Sweet playing,
Yeah.
and I thought, oh hang on, I've got an idea, and we stuck like a Christmas carol in it, didn't we?
Yes,
I never
in the
came
middle.
on the record. It never
No,
made
no,
the
no, no,
record,
no, no,
but
no.
we used to play like that. God rest you, merry gentlemen.
Gentlemen, yeah.
So we would just say,
Yes,
"Swiss My
it's,
Sweet,"
Please.
all that crap, and then God rest you, merry gentlemen. Yeah.
And then back to Swiss My Sweet.
Yeah.
But before that single, did you ever record anything that didn't come out? You know, trying to be a band or something like that, or was it that you know? Did you have any purpose
Well,
doing?
at the time we had
Because
a
you
guy
were-
called Dad Morgan, who then joined ELO and whatever, and
Yeah.
he'd written lots of songs. He was like sort of Birmingham's answer to
Okay.
any sort of songwriter. He was a great songwriter, and still is.
That's the bit, yeah.
And people recorded his songs, and we actually did a few songs of Dave's. In fact, you did in that band you were in. I did it in a band I was in. Dave Morgan songs. Do you remember?
Yeah, I did Miracle Into.
Miracle Inside. Yeah.
There's a song called Miracle Into.
I also I
Long
did.
time ago. Yeah.
I did. I can't remember what it was called now. Still a good song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. But that's about the first single,
It
right?
was a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's very vague now.
Okay. Let's say Kingdom of Madness. Just a few words. You know,
Okay.
thoughts about it. What these days? Kingdom of Madness. Was it a good debut album? What do you think about it?
It did us a lot of good. At the time, it came out in 1978,
Yeah.
and mid between the punk era,
Yeah.
right? So like we thought, oh, this is going to die on its rear end, right?
But it didn't.
And it charted actually.
Yeah, exactly.
It did really good for what it was.
No one
for
could
when it
believe
came out. It was like, wow, we're in the top 40 here.
Yeah.
Brilliant, you know.
You
So,
gigged and
good
gigged
for
and
that
gigged.
album.
You toured and toured and toured around that album,
We
didn't you?
did a lot of touring around that time, yeah. Support tours, which built our audience
Yeah.
for the future.
Yeah.
Going to the UK and Germany and Sweden and places. And that's who we play to still.
Yeah.
They're still there, all those people that started with us back in the late 70s because of the first couple of albums, you know.
And then we have Magnum 2. What do you think about that these days as an album?
I haven't heard it for. I know he died on his bus.
It didn't do a lot chart-wise, no.
Are you so you don't have any?
We don't do anything from that.
No, and no memories. You know, like
Recorded in Delane Lee Studios in London, Wembley. That's what I remember.
but the changes,
the
the changes
producers.
single and all that stuff. It was
What, sorry?
changes.
Changes. Yeah,
changes.
That's come out several times.
Yeah.
Reworked and remixed. Yes.
Yeah.
That was.
They tried
the
to have a
big
hit.
single from
Yeah,
the
they
album,
tried to
yeah.
have it.
But we moved on from there
Yeah.
quite quickly.
And then you came to the Chase the Dragon.
Chase the Dragon, yes.
What are your thoughts about that album these days?
I think it's us sort of finding a way, finding our way, I should say. We had Jeff Glixman producing it, who was a good producer and all that. I mean, if I listen to it now, it sounds very dated. But I guess how long ago was that? 30 years?
Yeah. More.
No, more than that. More than
38
Yes.
years
1982.
or 37 years.
It came out in 1982. And we still do
Yeah.
two of those songs on stage
Yeah.
now.
Do we?
So
Yeah.
so it's counted for
Are
something.
you
know?
are you proud of it
It's always
still?
been there, Chase
Yeah.
the Dragon, and we keep coming.
And funny
coming
memories
back to
around
it.
the recordings or something like.
It was recorded at the Townhouse in London.
I'm into the nerd stuff now. I hear myself here.
I mean, I've always been very fond of Chase the Dragon.
Yeah, mate.
Very fond.
And then something happened with the 11th Hour album. It was a bit more. I'm not this good in English, but is mellow the right word for it? It became more.
Which
it was not pomp. It was not the second 11th. It became more. I should say. After that album, it was more. What are your thoughts about?
11th Hour.
Well, I was forced to produce it. I didn't want to do it.
No, well, you're
yeah,
forced
but-
to it.
Yeah, they're on the record company went, come on, you've got to make a record, and
Yeah.
I think really they just didn't have the money to pay a producer, so they got me to do.
And you were ill back then.
Huh?
And you were ill back then. You had a replacement guitar player on the tour after that album
What's that?
with Robin George and
Robin George.
Oh no,
and that
That
era.
was
not that was
Wasn't a replacement.
No, of course not. But
No,
it was.
what it was. Tony wanted to concentrate on playing certain parts, and there were that many
yeah,
guitar stuff on the album
yeah.
that he didn't feel as though he could cover it all, so get somebody else in to just like play the chords basically, and let Tony free to do the solo stuff.
What do you think about the album today?
You know, you're asking us things. I mean, I haven't listened to these albums. for
You don't
years.
listen to old stuff yourself.
Not really. No, I mean.
We don't dwell on this stuff.
I just
it's
wanted
all in the
to.
dim and distant
yeah.
past now, you know. So we've kind of moved on
No,
since
of
those
course.
days, you know.
And then something happened with On the Storyteller's Night, obviously. And
No, that's the story. That was a. I'd written some songs, just a small amount of work. We went on the 6 weeks tour on the road, on a coach, staying on a coach every single night, I wrote on a storyteller's night on the bus. We did like this 6-week term, played everywhere you could possibly play, you know, and that came off the road. And the manager that we had then said, "Guys, you've done really good." He said, "At least you'll have some money, some wages, like for the next year or something like that." He said. So we go into the studio, we do it all, and we pretty much finished the album. And the manager comes to us and says, "By the way, the money's all gone."
Record industry.
Yeah, 1 minute we were all right, you know.
Yeah.
Then sorry, all the money's gone.
All right.
And we actually recorded it at UB40's studio, the Abattoir in Birmingham.
Yes.
And it was a pleasant and nice experience to record.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. But really
And
enjoyed it.
we learnt quite a few things there. Let me think. Oh, one of the I treasure some of these thoughts. We were on a radio tour, I think it was, or we were at Victoria Hall or something, and we had to go next door to a record shop to sign some copies of the record. The record had come out, and we're standing in the shop, and like the phone rings, and somebody goes, "Tony Clarkin here, phone call for you." I'm like, "What?" Pick the phone call, and it's the manager, and he said, "Your album's gone in top 20 and all that." We couldn't believe it. I mean, it was because we'd been really screwed for the past.
The FM
years.
label. You were on the FM label, and then
that's right.
then Polygram picked it up.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But I mean, just going through that thing, I think it makes more of a man out of you, you know. Well, we've been through hell with the record companies.
Yeah, it's character building.
Yeah, and then Polygram came on, and you did the Vigilante album, obviously.
Yeah.
And you picked up a new producer and.
Yes. That was a good album to record as well. Enjoyable.
Yeah.
We were at Queen's Studio in Montreux, and it was an easy album to record because we'd got people who knew what they were doing. So really, all you had to do was concentrate on playing, and all Bob had to do was concentrate on singing.
Yes.
It takes a lot of weight off you. Like these days we do it differently, but we have a longer, and we, can do what we want to do really.
We're in total control now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then
Tony's the producer, and
Yeah.
it is, and all these things have been character building and experience.
Yeah.
And then that lets you carry on your own and do it just between yourselves.
Yeah. And then Wings of Heaven came along.
Yeah.
What do you think about that these days? Is it
not a good album for me? Not a good album.
Very successful album.
Yeah, it is.
It was number 2 in the UK.
Big videos.
It charted in the top 10 all.
Big videos coming out in the MTV Era and all that.
Records.
Yeah.
So success-wise, it was a success.
But not.
But not.
Feeling-wise.
Success. No.
I didn't. Not my favourite album at all. So. There you go.
You wrote actually radio-friendly songs on that album.
Say that again.
Radio-friendly songs.
Radio-friendly songs.
Yeah.
Did I? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Start Talking Love.
Yeah,
that's why I started.
There's No Trust.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Most of it.
Yeah.
Some of it was like, we could do a lot better now.
I just thought the sound of it.
You compare it to how we are now.
Yeah.
And it doesn't stand. A lot of it doesn't stand up to how we are now. That's all. But that's
It's a sort of other band, but it was from that era. The sound was supposed to be like that.
It's supposed to sound crap.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
It's
something.
an 80s thing, yeah.
And then something happened.
Got it. Yeah.
Someone from the record company probably said you should go to the US and write songs.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah, and you went over there because they wanted to be much bigger for the whole bloody world or something, and you did the Good Night LA album, and it didn't do as good as the previous album.
That's right.
What are your thoughts about that?
Well, I ended up hating the record company, and although I don't think just because they work at a record company doesn't give them the knowledge of, or they don't care about the knowledge of a band. We've been working together for like 30 years or something. We know what we are, and they wanted to change us. And they you'd hear little things like Def Leppard would come into. I mean, they were much younger than us, but I mean that and Whitesnake, and like we're as far away from those bands as as anybody could be. And then it got round to I want you to write with this person, that person.
Were you shattered as a band back then? Do you think were you?
Say that again.
Were you shattered? What do you thought back then? Was it like, do we want to go to the US and blah blah blah? Or yes.
Well, what it was that they, I'd heard some. I think it was a Rick Springfield album, and it was Keith Olsen that had done it.
Yeah.
And so I was in America, I think, writing with. I can't remember. So Schiffer, I think.
So Schiffer, yeah.
Anyway, so I was there, and then I went to see Keith Olsen, and I love that album you did with Rick Springfield. Yeah, and we ended up doing it with Keith. So.
Yeah. Then we're going over to one of my favorite albums with you. Actually, it's good. It's the Sleepwalking album, which is sadly underrated. I shouldn't say underrated, but it came in an era when the grunge era came.
Yeah.
Yes, around that's 91, 92. Yeah, that's right. I thought it was an excellent album, excellent stuff. Wasn't our biggest successful album.
That's why I said
but
underrated.
It was no less good music.
It's a fantastic album.
And very well produced, I thought, certainly. And it sounded great, and it sounds great on the headphones, and it's a pleasure to listen to. I listen to it still, and it's a lot of people's favourite albums. They tell us.
That's.
But it was down here among the big stuff, So it was a shame because I think it deserved more exposure.
We were in between record companies at the time.
Didn't get the push.
Different record company, and it was the era of these heroin bands from Seattle. When the grunge came and all that stuff.
Well,
it's a pity that it came out in that era because it deserved so much more, to be honest.
Yeah, I think there's a couple of tracks on there. I think are real good songs.
Yeah. And then we're up to Rock Art.
Yeah. Rock Art, I think that's we had a new engineer that we'd never tried before, and I thought he did a great job on it. We did some really good vocal stuff.
Very good stuff.
But again, it's one of those things. I took the record to Abbey Road to have it cut, and I think they did not a good job on it. And I know Abbey Road's supposed to be like the top of the tree and all that, but the cut was like.
You can't live on a name.
Yeah. But so that spoiled that for me. But I still think it was a good record.
And then we have the Breath of Life coming up.
Breath of Life, yeah.
Oh, wow.
How many albums is this band made? For God's sake.
Lord, no.
We're so ready.
I think we've done 20 or 21 albums.
And now we are at the 2000 era. Yeah. Breath of Life came out.
Yeah.
It was. You didn't do an album for quite a few years then.
No, that's true.
Was it? Were you tired of Magnum back then, or what?
No, it's an argument. Not between Bob and myself.
No,
there were various tensions in the band, and I went, forget it. And me and Bob carried on working anyway.
Yeah, we stuck together.
And then it was a Brand New Morning.
Yeah.
Came out, which is a good album. as a Magnum fan, I really liked that album.
Yeah, I like that. I was like, with the album before, The Breath of Life, I'd said to Bob, because we got a record deal with SPV, and we met Ollie Hahn and everything, and they were all enthusiastic about it. And I thought, I can write a Magnum album, no problem. And when I got down to it, I sort of thought, my God, this is a lot harder than I thought. So that's how Breath of Life ended up, maybe a mishmash of various things. Brand New Morning, I was back into it then, and I suddenly realised, this is what it's supposed
That's
to
why
be.
it's more a solid Magnum album.
Yeah,
all right.
Absolutely, yeah.
And what about the Princess Alice album, like after the album after?
Yeah.
And
I can't remember much about it, other than,
but we're soon ready here. It's Into the Valley of the Moon King, which also is a very good album. I like that album.
No.
I will take that away. I was no, sorry. And then we're into the Visitation 2011.
Yeah.
This is when actually something started to happen again with Magnum.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Am I not correct here? Because something happened and people get aware again of the band in a way.
I think I found new idea. I don't know how or what, but there's something. I had more enthusiasm and I think I worked harder, to be quite truthful.
Okay.
Looking for things to write about, because I personally believe that if you're a songwriter, you can write a song, but and it might be a great tune and everything, but if the lyric is lame or whatever, it spoils it completely. But if you can come up with some sort of a lyric that maybe isn't normal, it's a more interesting thing. And I'd be like sitting in the garden and going, right, I'm going to write this song, the lyrics to this song, and I'm not going to repeat a line, a chorus. All the choruses will be different. It's all the wrong way to do songwriting, but it made me learn things, a way of doing things. So, no.
And then we are on the 13th Day album.
We are.
Also good album.
Yeah, I think so,
yeah. Because the albums from 2011 until now, it's been a solid race for you.
Yeah, I think so. When we were doing, I think it's about the last 5 albums.
Yeah.
Or 4 albums, I can't remember. I just felt like we really found our niche.
Yeah.
And Bob could get behind the lyrics and was able to really bring credit to the songs.
That's my feeling as a fan.
Pardon?
That's my feeling as a fan
Yeah.
of the band.
Yeah, I mean, we've been on a roll for some years now.
Yeah.
We're really in the groove, as they say. And Tony knows exactly what he's got to do. I know exactly where to come in and help him. And we know we've got it pretty good now between us and everybody around
That's cool.
us. And it's working really good. And we just keep going along now.
So,
because we're enjoying it that much that, when the next one, and why not another one? And there's nothing to stop us now.
when is the new album coming out?
Next
January probably.
Is in January.
It's usually, we do a 2-year cycle at the moment, so it should be January. Yeah.
What do you think about the new vinyl era? That's with all people buying
The new
vinyls.
Era, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well,
It's more vinyls than CDs these days.
Well, I don't think it is. Is it?
No, I think CDs will always outsell vinyl, but it's great to have the vinyl back in people's
With the sleeves and stuff.
Usually for the covers,
Yeah,
you get
The
the
artwork is, you can see it properly.
Yeah, it's always been important for you with artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're lucky to have Roddy Matthews doing our artwork for us. So it works. He's so in tune.
It's so
with
unique.
Tony's music and lyrics.
Yeah.
You know, I can't believe it.
This is
And
unique.
he's part of the band, Rodney. Matthews.
Yeah, yeah.
You got it. It's the whole package
Yeah.
with Rodney and us. Yeah.
And that's fun with the vinyl stuff, you know, that you can use it more than in a little CD.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys, I shouldn't take more of your time. You're going to Germany now.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I just filmed you and talked about the whole life of yours. But I'm really happy to hear that there's a new album coming out by the... So we're going to be some singles during the fall?
I don't know.
We haven't got that far.
No.
We're still in the middle of recording it, so that's all to be decided.
Yeah.
It's been
But it's going to be typical Magnum album in the sort of ways with
very much so. There is an orchestra on 2 tracks. I could tell you the title, but I'm not going to.
we're hanging on to that information
No, okay.
until it's all finished. Yeah, and just let it released all at once.
There's no point me telling you the title in case it changes. So.
Yes, it will change. Yes.
A few times before it's released, perhaps the title changed? No. Okay, thanks a lot, guys, for taking the time. All right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.